welcome to Remember the Great Sports. This is my first attempt at editing the all-time teams on NBA 2K18, and I say edit because this is the stock roster that comes on the game, and there are a couple people, for example, on the 76ers, Joel Embiid, Jrue Holiday, and Aaron Mckie. And it's not that they're not good players, it's just I feel that if you're creating an all-time team, you need to do it correctly. Some glaring omissions off of this team are obviously Charles Barkley and Moses Malone. So let me load the next edited roster and we will go from there. Alright, so this is the edited version that I created of that roster. You have Allen Iverson at guard, Julius Erving at small forward, and at your power forward is a created player in Charles Barkley. Then you have a backup small forward in Billy Cunningham. You have Wilt Chamberlain at center. Then as your backup center, you have Moses Malone. Then Hal Greer, Andre Iguodala, Hersey Hawkins remains on the team. George McGinnis remains on the team. Doug Collins remains on the team. Maurice Cheeks, starting point guard. Then also added is Danny Schayes at power forward. I'm sorry. Correct that, Dolph Schayes. Danny Schayes is his son. But he's a Hall of Famer, all-time great going back to the Philadelphia early years. Then I left Darryl Dawkins and Bibby on the bench. Now, when you move forward, here are your starting lineups with minutes allotted that I feel necessary to use. And if you scroll all the way to the bottom, Bibby and Dawkins are on your reserve list. And honestly, I only filled out 13 players per team. If you would like to make the 14th and 15th player, you could probably obviously do that. There are probably some other players that I'm overlooking that possibly could fit these two, but I figured they're already on the game, so why delete them? So that is that. And one more thing that you can do with your team is you can actually edit your coach. So if you remember the name Billy Cunningham, I edited it to coach to say Billy Cunningham. I did my research and figured he was probably the best suited to coach this team, as he was the coach of the championship team. Now the only drawback is the editing features for your coaches aren't the best, so you kind of have to use stock photos even though the photos may not look like the individual. So there is your all-time Philadelphia 76ers. I hope you enjoyed this list. The additions are Moses Malone, Charles Barkley, and Dolph Schayes. And the people that you would take off would be Aaron Mckie, Joel Embiid, and Jrue Holiday. Alright, stay tuned for the next episode.